I'm going to call the order the specially called board meeting for the approval or review of the Apple leases. There's two different options. One's for MacBook Pro 13s, 110 of them. And then there is an option for $140 of the iPads. There's Ryan. So I'll let you go into this and tell us the major differences, obviously, between the MacBook Pros and the iPads.
The number one thing is obviously the price. There is a significant difference there. The other difference is the power, kind of the capabilities they can do. You're familiar with both?
Yeah.
Okay. The MacBook Pro is just like a typical computer, your classic laptop. I actually have one. This is, just normal computer. And then the iPad, everyone knows what that is. The iPad, they use apps. They can carry them around. They never turn it off. There's actually no moving parts at all. Just something we talked about in the new MacBooks. They have the new solid-state hard drives. No moving parts, but they still hinge. They still fans. iPads really don't do that at all.
And I guess one of the main things we're looking at these or adding in this for testing.
Yes.
How is testing going to be on?
According to the state, the documents that I've gotten, the company that they're going with now has clients that run on iPads, Android, tablets, phones. You can do testing from just about anything for the new state testing. And the MAP NWEA testing that we're doing already has that capability.
So if they have to do typing, for example,
yes,
they're going to have to do it on the screen?
They will. There are options available. I don't have that part with me. There are plug-in keyboards that would probably be easiest to maintain and manage, but we can hook in a Bluetooth keyboard with work also.
As far as durability?
I can't say too much about the iPads because we haven't had them for very long.
Okay.
And not in a setting with children, I guess. But we do have white MacBooks at the other campus still, and they're starting to look kind of rough.
But as far as are they going to be primarily stationary, or are they going to be meant to be carried throughout the campus?
They would be meant to be carried around.
Okay. Have you had to fix any of the Mac Pros over there so far? What type of repairs? Screens breaking?
Anything
like
from the hard drive not working, which can be covered under warranty, to some student dropping the computer and the screen being completely broken.
Okay.
Was there any warranties on the actual equipment?
Yes. And warranty charges, if the screen starts to go bad, or if the hard drive just stops working, any components just stop working while it's under warranty, Apple fixes it. We send it off, it's overnighted, comes back in like 3 days. But if it's a screen that gets broken, that's not covered.
And from a functionality perspective, they both provide the same technical capability that we're looking to achieve. Is there anything that we don't get with the iPads from a use case that we would need the MacBooks for?
You're restricted to the apps that are available.
Okay.
At this point, there are millions of different apps that the students could use. There are some different management type things that would be different as well. With a typical computer, these are very set up, like they've pretty much been the same for the past 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously new advances and things, but overall managing them is still pretty typical stuff. With the iPads, because they're tablets, they're not quite the same as this. There are different things. The students may need accounts for certain stuff, and more discussion there, I guess. But stuff that's still also...
But you can't put a thumb drive in.
We would not be able to put a thumb drive in.
Or print film?
The students aren't allowed to print right now anyway.
Okay.
So that's that point.
But the kids aren't taking them out into the garden area and stuff like that.
They haven't, although they haven't brought their laptops over here anyway. So the laptops have always been at the other campus.
I think, in my opinion, we need to treat the laptop as a classroom item and not take it out into the field. You can do your field research and come back and enter that in.
Right.
So, and if the reason for buying them is for testing, I think the easiest thing to test on is a typical computer.
I agree.
I don't think I've got both, and they're a lot different.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that very well. I actually have an iPad and I don't even use it. But just for the stuff that I do personally, it doesn't fit for me.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I use my iPad to sit on the couch and do whatever, or when you're on a trip watching a movie or whatever.
Right.
But and I'm sure there's a lot of, and I know there are a number of schools that are buying iPads for classrooms or the whole school. Mm-hmm. So it is being done. I think they're being more and more widely accepted. But but I'm not under the impression that anybody that I know of is doing testing on them today.
I think in particular, if it would slow them down taking tests, if it would in any way impair their ability to score their optimal score on the test, then I wouldn't want that to be because we bought the wrong hardware.
Do you have concerns about that?
I don't.
Either.
No. I have a friend that has a 2-year-old that is on the phone, like a 2-year-old can work from home.
Yeah. So the adult.
But not everybody has iPads.
I know.
And that's the thing, like almost everybody has a computer, but not everybody has iPads.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing that I was thinking about is our sign-in system when we walk in. Is everyone familiar with the SafeNet signing in when you first walk in? Okay. How many, I want to say the ladies are telling me somewhere around half of the parents walk in and they try and touch the screen.
Yeah,
And
at least
it's not working.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Now, are these all touchscreen? Yeah.
The iPads would be touch
The Macs
Right.
are
The
not.
Macs are not touchscreen.
Now, from the testing perspective, is it like multiple choice stuff, or are they doing a lot of like writing
The new tests,
paragraphs
lot
and
more
things
writing.
like that?
the new tests are not multiple choice like the old tests. They're
Right.
very detailed coming up.
So writing a 4 or 5 sentence answer to a question.
It'll be like, here's the question. This could be the answer. Which one of those answers is right, and tell me why.
What does the testing company recommend?
I
They
don't know.
recommend do we know, do they have a recommendation that says, yes, it will work with Droids and Androids and iPhones and iPads, but the recommended usage of the testing module is administered through a computer? I don't have no
I
idea.
have no idea, and I'm not sure that they would even go there because then they would be saying, buy this, buy that, and that they probably aren't supposed to do that.
You're saying this is what,
You know.
or it will work.
And the 110 number came from
110 computers versus 140 iPads.
Computers. The 110 computers, it would be 100 for,
That's
okay.
You'd just be 6th grade.
and that's what I thought this was for. But 6th grade, we have 110 kids right now. And the maximum number we could have in 6th grade is?
It depends. We have to have 600 kids on this campus, but they don't necessarily have to all be in 110 of them be in 6th grade for us to get to that number. So
There's 4
it's
units.
flexible.
There's 4 units of 6th grade.
5.
And 22.
24
Mm-hmm.
in 6th grade.
Oh, 6th grade. I had 6th grade. I had.
So we have 24 per class,
Mhm.
per homeroom.
Well, we are allowed to have
Allowed to
24,
have.
but we don't have 24. We don't have 5 classes of 24.
How many classes of 24 do we have?
None of them will be classes of 24.
How many
They
classes do
average
we have?
it, but
We have 5 classes, and I don't know how many kids are in each class right now.
20?
Yeah. We have about 100 sixth graders right now.
And we're maxed.
On this campus we're full, yeah.
So we've got 100 sixth graders.
But as saying, like, if people leave, we fill the spot with we have a waiting list, and say a sixth grader leaves, but we have a sibling on the waiting list in another grade who's really the next person in line, that sixth grade spot might go unfilled to get that other student in. So they're not
It's not
set
a
numbers.
one-for-one.
Yeah.
So if we've got 100, why are we asking for 110?
The sixth grade teachers didn't have computers. They had old Dell computers that were running out of power. And this would actually keep them on par with the students.
The teachers and that.
Makes it a lot easier when we're looking at the same thing.
Yeah, their computers are old.
But we can still utilize those in, like, set up test banks and stuff like that for testing. They're old PCs.
They're old ones. If worst came to worst, we could. Yes.
Any,
They come with cases?
They do not come with cases.
Okay. So they'll have to be in,
The cases in the
so they'll be handed out to the students, and then the students will carry them in their backpacks around
I wouldn't think
the
they
campus, or they're going to be physically,
I would say
sit
that-
down and take your test and leave your computer right here. Teachers
Yeah.
administer it?
You know,
Doing research on that.
you'd be in their classroom there.
Okay. All right.
That's what the carts.
Mhm.
There are
Mobility carts.
the mobility carts. Those would store the iPads. So the students would be expected to pick them up in the morning and check them back in at night.
Okay.
At least for now. I know there are other schools that they issue a student an iPad and they take it home and do what they need to do with it.
And why are we looking at more iPads than MacBook Pros?
Mainly because of the price difference. The price difference because I forget what it is. I don't have it in front of me.
$11.99, $11.49.
That's fine. Versus by
So we're going from 164 versus 99.
What Michelle said to me earlier was that there were extra ones because of the digital art class. If we
Yes.
were going to go with iPads, then we'd like to buy iPads for the digital art class as well. But I don't know where the numbers came from.
I believe there's not computers on this one at all. So the teachers would also have an iPad, just like the students would. And we would also, like Chris said, we would send some iPads over to the other campus to use for the digital art class or as needed there, because the price difference is so different.
But the digital art class, each one of the kids have a computer over it, correct?
Yes. So it's not necessary.
And I think for the teachers, an iPad would not be sufficient. I wouldn't think. Maybe they'll need it for everything they need to do.
I think it might be.
I don't know exactly.
I think for some teachers, the teachers that are technology challenged, it would probably be very hard for them. And some of the teachers, it would be perfect for them. So it's very hard to gauge because we have a mixed bag.
And my only comment is about usability. I mean, I agree with Brian. People are used to computers, as you stated. My only concern is wear and tear. If the kids are having to check them out and carry them, we should probably make sure they have a case or something. You know, I've got a 5-year-old and he's got the iPad, and it's unbreakable. You know, so that's my only concern is if we do get those, should we consider getting cases for them? Or are they going to be expected to put them in their backpack, and do they have the, you know?
How much were those cases that we got with the grant? Do you remember?
I was just going to suggest that
Yeah.
we should get cases. Those cases, I believe.
I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it.
They're only $30 right there.
I think they
I
came
think they
down
were like
to
14 each.
Really?
Yeah. That was
It's adorable.
That's what they're
Yes.
awesome. Like you can throw them off buildings. They're
Was
crazy.
it?
I mean, I'm not
No,
going to
I
personally
Just
try
an
it,
iPad,
but
yeah, but not the Mac.
Not for the MacBooks.
Not recommending that.
Because that's the thing, if we make this large of an investment in technology, we would want to protect it.
Right.
So, but then what is the cost of that? I don't.
But where is this this is allocated in the budget already as far as expenditures towards?
Yeah, there's money there. I would say go with the traditional computers. And use this year, we do have a lot of the iPads on campus. Let's play with them with the new testing stuff. I would hate to make the decision to go with an iPad and have kids struggle taking a test, which impacts everything that the teachers have put a year of effort in. And the kids have put a year of effort in it. And, you know, the school banks on, you know, our ability to retain kids and attract kids. I think it's, I don't think you gamble on that to save a few bucks, even though it's not a few bucks, it's tens of thousands of dollars. But as far as the lease, I would recommend going the $1 purchase option. And I would ask them to do a 5-year, even though our warranty is only 3 years, just to lower that monthly nut. Definitely not doing FMV.
Should we do a 5-year, can we vote on approving that with a 5-year lease,
Sure.
having not seen the 5-year lease? I mean, it's just a
Yeah,
number.
we can run the number.
Right.
And if the interest rate or the factoring rate is significantly ridiculous on a 5-year, I would approve for either one, preferably with the 5-year, provided that, you know,
They don't add
the
on.
lease factoring amount that they're using.
Doesn't go up more than, 3 or 4, 4% of what they're charging, right?
I
Total.
mean, it shouldn't.
Should be a quarter of a percent.
It should be the same.
Yeah.
You know, all leasing company is it's a propeller head, bean counter, whatever you want to call them, and at the end of the day, they're trying to get a return of X, whatever that is, whether you do a 3-year, 5-year, 4-year. And if you look at different leases, whether it's a $1 buyout or 10% buyout or an FMV, typically it's all right about the same. If you add up all the payments and you got your buyout at the end, it's typically there. However, on FMVs, there is no guarantee
Right.
of what that buyout is. Typically, they'll say it's between 15 and 30%, but they could
Come up
do
with whatever you want.
whatever they want.
So we want to do a motion to approve the MacBook Pro purchase for 3-year with the hopes we can get a 4 or 5, ideally being that. Worst case scenario, we take a 3. We don't have a choice, right? Trying to get a 5 at the same interest rate.
So 3 or 5-year with
Same interest rate.
no upcharge,
Similar
1-year
factory.
$1 buyout.
Yes.
I'll second that motion.
Motion to,
Any other discussion?
I have concerns about the durability of the computers.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
we have the white computers that we have now, they are out of warranty. And we still have those for 2 more years. And they are starting to show that they are 3 years old. Students don't take care of them quite as well as you would take care of your own personal computer. And I know there's a big cost difference there.
Is there another option?
I mean, your only option is putting them in a desktop.
Right.
You know, if we're going to keep on allowing them to take a PC, laptop, running around, moving around, that, I guess that comes back to us or the teachers managing how they're using it and what environments they're using it in. Maybe we limit the scope that, you can't take it home. you don't,
Are they taking him home now?
They are not taking the time.
Well, I mean, the deployment option as well, if you have a cart, right? I'm assuming that, does that cart roll?
Yes.
Could we have a drop-off process where they get dropped off and distributed? I mean, key thing is picking
Sounds like
them
you have
up.
that already.
Picking them up.
They have that already.
Yeah, so then it's just in the
But we
classroom.
don't have it implemented on this campus because we don't have them on this
On this
campus.
campus, right, we don't have that here at all.
and I would, that's going to be your decision and the school's decision. Our decision here tonight is, how do we acquire them and should we buy them? And if we need $110, $14 things, that can be something that Michelle can find in her budget.
Okay.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay.
Do we have a quorum? All right.
Yeah,
I know.
we're good.
What's it take?
Yeah, otherwise we're good.
All right, with that, I'm adjourned.
We got one more.
Well,
The bell
Oh, no,
system
the
was a
bell
foul.
system already had that
Last time.
Okay, but we had also, Ryan had asked us to cover something with the Wi-Fi for the
right.
facility.
Sorry, good job.
Let me pull it up here.
So this is so we can actually use all these that we're gonna buy? Is that what this is related
This
to?
will,
This is
yes.
the other campus,
It
right?
Like the other
is, but it'll kind of balance things out. Right now, we have 200 computers at the other campus. And when we first moved into that building, I was asked to find the cheapest solution we could for Wi-Fi. And it was just the bare minimum to get by. And it's really showing that the students are trying to get online. And throughout the day, I'll get a phone call that nobody can connect because it happens that this class is doing something that's a little more internet intensive. So these students can't get on at all. These new Wi-Fi access points would actually allow all of the kids to get on all at the same time without any kind of issue. The Wi-Fi would no longer be the bottleneck. And the access points that are over there right now could be moved over here in the 6th grade, and they would just be in a more dense and only have to cover 100 computers.
So the choke point over there is the wireless access points, not
At the
the
moment.
not the bandwidth coming into the building.
That could also be a factor, but at the moment the Wi-Fi is causing problems.
Can we table this till, this portion of it, so for 2 weeks? Yeah.
How long will it take to update?
To
To
Ship. Right.
implement it?
A week or two.
they're actually emailing me about once a week asking, hey, can we ship them? Are you ready yet? So I'm willing to bet that they're ready to push them out the door.
Yeah, if we can just wait on this one. I'd like to table that. Motion to adjourn?
One second.
I'm asking something.
Anyone?
You got to first it before it comes out.
Where's that? No.
Also,
Motion to, yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
Wait, you're first, you're second?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll get these things going.
Hey Jen, if you could stay on, I want to get some feedback from you if you don't mind.
I have a second copy. You can keep that one if you want.
If you can hear me.
So we're not going to do this.
Do you want me to make you a copy of this? Or I can email it to you?
No, I'm reading.
Yeah, right?